Hi, Merry Christmas, everybody. I'm doing updates on all of my poodles that are available. This is a female, Miss Coco. They're a little over 7 weeks right now. Now, I did not dock their tails, and she has a beautiful curled tail. She is actually a tricolor, and she is just so adorable. And her colors, I mean, they are just so adorable. And she's so well bred. Her daddy is actually a silver beige phantom tricolor, and his daddy was actually, and they're all AKC, and he was a party, and then his mom was a tricolor. And so usually my mill will produce, one tricolor at least, and then at least a phantom and a solid black with, that comes from his mother. So I guess that'd be their grandmother. Anyway, this is Miss Coco. If you've watched my other videos, because it's warm enough here in Kentucky, I'm able to start potty training them. I know, hi, sweetheart. And they are doing so well. And, with all of my puppies, I start training them to come to you with treats when we go outside, and I do it inside the house too. This way, when you buy them, you're going to, be able to train them with the leash a lot better. But Miss Coco has such a sweet personality. She is very outgoing, very loving too. She's done well with everything. She's done well with the car rides. She's done well with visiting. I take them to the local store, the Dollar General store. Everybody knows me here. I've lived here for 25 years. And, they don't have their shots. So you have to be very careful where you can take them so that they don't get sick. Because their shot going to the vet is not until about the first week of January. And I pay for that. I pay for their first shot, their wellness check, make sure that they're very healthy. And of course, you get their AKC papers. Now, this year, I am not going to be giving out the AKC papers until they abide by the contract and get them fixed, because I found a lot of people won't get back with me, and they're doing backyard breeding because my dogs are so, well bred. So I have to do things a little different this year. But all my puppies are available as pets or as breeders' rights to AKC. Now, because she is a tricolor, and it took so many years to produce this, and when you have backyard breeders, they don't know what they're doing, and you can't mix a tricolor with a tricolor and so on. It takes a lot of knowledge on how to get a puppy this color that is very healthy. All of my dogs are also DNA tested with Gensol. That is, the paperwork is on Google Maps, which is Utica, Kentucky, Hoover Hill, AKC Toy and Miniature Poodles. Now, she's available. And like I said, I do interviews for all of my puppies, and I try to find a batch for every single puppy. And they change, they're like toddlers, and they change from week to week to week to week. But she is just such a calm dog, very sweet, very loving. So far, since mom and dad have been socializing them, and they correct them with behavior that is not acceptable. And she just picks up on everything so, so well. She does great. She sleeps by herself. I think that she's going to be she's going to be ready to find her forever loving home, probably the first, out of the three, because she's a little bit more independent, and she just picks up on things super, super fast. And she is an eater. She loves any kind of food that you feed her, because I give my dog, I know, I give my dog so many different kinds of foods. She wants to feed, I hug them. You want to get a hug? Yeah, I introduce them to lots of different foods, and she loves salmon, chicken. Today, we did the frozen sweet peas for their gums, and she just fell in love with that. Did a little bit of peanut butter yesterday on one of their chew toys. Oh, I mean, just any kind of food, she's going to get in there and check it out. So she has a great appetite and a good attitude towards different foods. About 3 or 4 days ago, I introduced her to, just a tiny little bit of pumpkin. And anything that you give her most of the time, she is like right on it. She's like, ooh, something new. I like this. So, and she's very playful. She is a very, very playful dog. And she's just so adorable. And I love this because, around her eyes, it's darker, and of course with poodles, I don't like light colored poodles because when their eyes get matted, it shows and you have to clean them all the time. And so I just love her look. And she's just so sweet. But this is Miss Coco. And I always do updates on my puppies because they change constantly. She has great hair, very soft, not wiry like show dog material. Mom has the softer hair and dad's got the wiry type of poodle hair. And it's just so hard to take care of them when they have that thick of hair. And so that's why I chose a female that wasn't of that quality. And she's just so sweet. And say, I do everything great, don't you? She does everything really good. She's got a good outgoing personality. Now, she did run with a vacuum cleaner, but she came back, because I turned it off. And then, I called him in, pop, 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 pop. And, then I turned it back on and she did okay. But she did run the first time, but she came back. So, and she did really good. She does good with the blow dryer. She did really good with the shears, because I do all three of them with the shears, to see who's going what. And when we're outside and I go, pop, 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 come, she just comes running. Her attention span is really quick. Like she's usually the first or the second one there to get the treat. But she's very active, very playful. Very, very playful. I still believe that she will do good with a person that works because she does have that independence and that outgoing personality. You do. You got that kind of personality. I know you do. And you're giving me kisses because I just love you. I just love you so much and you're the good girl. You're the good girl. But she's available. And this is Miss Coco. Say, okay, y'all have a Merry Christmas. You can find me on AKC Marketplace, which is Hoover Hill Farms. And I'm also on Google Maps. Okay, thank you and have a Merry Christmas. Can you want to say bye-bye? Say, I am a little, sit down. Good. You going to sit? There we go. Look up. We want to say bye-bye. There you go. Oop, 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 oop. I'm sorry. I lost my footage. There we go. Say, go here. Go bye-bye. Gee, bye-bye. Can you say bye-bye? And she is so sweet. But she's very outgoing, very playful, very, very playful. She looks like to me like a panda bear, doesn't she? But that's why we called you Coco. So, okay, you have a Merry Christmas and God bless you. Bye-bye.